As for the arguments against Trinitarianism, Trinitarian positions affirm the position that in this case, right, that there's going to be a monotheistic entailment. They believe they worship one God. That's going to be an entailment of Trinitarianism, given all the beliefs in the Church Fathers and the councils and different Orthodox religions or denominations in Christianity, to be very specific, right? As it pertains to what we're talking about here, they would either be counting God, when they say they worship one God, they would either be counting God by the persons or by the essence. If they're counting God by the persons, then it would in fact be the case that they're worshiping three gods, and that would be logically incompatible with them worshiping one God. So that's going to be logical contradiction, therefore Trinitarianism is false. If they're counting God rather by the divine essence, that would indicate, right, that it would be the case that they believe that God is numerically identical to the divine essence. That's going to be something which is usually going to be a belief that Thomistic Trinitarians believe in. That position is going to be emblematic of ADS, and ADS is going to be something which entails polytheism, and not just the idea that there are three gods, but the idea that there are a million amounts of gods, given the Trinitarian position, because of the fact that there are formal distinctions between the properties, which is what the divine essence actually is, given us to find scholastically. Now, which parts of that argument are going to refute? I predict, by the way, that Capp, he's going to respond that the more he actually is, because he's a debate robot who does not know how to actually exit the script. What he's going to try to do is he's going to try to reinforce some sort of formal arguments, right, which premise one, premise two, conclusion. However, just for confirmation purposes prior to this conversation to basically progress, I'm not giving a formal argument, but rather I'm giving an argument like any normal person would actually present an argument, in a manner in which it starts off from some non-chronological ordered premises. It's not going to be chronological order. It's not going to be formalized. However, the main idea is being conveyed clearly, and the main point is so clear for you to just understand what the premises are, understand the motivation behind these premises, and understand which points you should attack. So tell me which point you contend in the conversation. Go ahead. Good bitch. Respond.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like how he just called me good bitch. That show's not fucking rhetorical, my nigga. Now, even if it's the case that you have no chronological ordering, you're still presupposing some type of inferential transmissibility when you use these type of systems. Now, to be very clear, I don't know why I would accept that. It doesn't seem like any minimal structure of reality can be posited insofar as the structure there is going to entail this type of relational fixity and reproducibility across these type of ontological instances. I want you to motivate conceptual realism and metaphysical realism as well, because you made some metaphysical claims within the argument that you posited, right? It seems like you're saying that these type of metaphysical claims insofar as a Thomist is going to be the type of claim which has some type of coherency or semantic underpinning, you stupid fuck. Now, what I want you to do is motivate that as well. Also, I deny your entire argument in virtue of totalized meta-apparatic anti-positionality. We're going to be going with the fucking ad infinitum version for this. We're going to be going with the ad infinitum version. Not only are we going with the ad infinitum version, we're going to be going with the fucking Ouroboros version as well, where you have this type of Ouroboros system where it's going to be self-containing and self-eating itself. Now, to be very clear, I want you to motivate those couple of burdens I just stacked on top of you.
Back to what I was saying, you're going to have to basically move the timer because you didn't give Cap showtime. You were allowing me to basically still be on the panel. So to address a couple of things. So he's not even addressed the arguments. He said he wanted motivation for conceptual realism, even though no part of my argument have I ever presupposed conceptual realism. No part of my argument was I ever making the claim specifically about conceptual schemes. That's going to be an irrelevant point, right? You can be a conceptual realist or even an anti-realist and still make conceptual claims, or rather intelligible claims, about Trinitarianism and whether or not this belief is true or false. For you to make the claim that I have to motivate conceptual realism is you making the presupposition that my argument is logically compatible with the conceptual anti-realist position. Pipe down there, monkey. I'm still talking. Right, it's my turn. Right, which is something which you'd have to justify. Not to mention, he forgot the argument. Doesn't even know to check the argument. He said that my argument presupposes some transmissibility relation. Right, you absolute moron. Right? That does not even attack the points I'm making there. The point I was making is specifically that formalized arguments is not a prerequisite to demonstrate why there's a problem in Trinitarianism. Just like Christians, for example, would give an argument against the Quran by appealing to the Islamic dilemma, they can give this argument without using a formalized argument, and the argument still goes through. Likewise, Muslims or any non-Christian can give arguments against Trinitarianism without giving formalized arguments. That's going to be something which anyone who is not socially inept would actually understand. I've been a very basic argument. God is only counted in...
Wait, this guy's so fucking low tier, this is embarrassing. You did have transmissibility relations, because obviously you're going to have these type of, ontological claims that are propagated across this type of level of analysis. Even if it's the case that it's not chronological, you still have some type of level of analysis, you stupid ass fuck. What I'm asking you for is the justification for the higher order structural mappings by which you can do this type of level of analysis. And you necessarily presuppose conceptual realism because you're saying that your scheme is going to be the type of thing which is able to account for these type of existent and non-existent entities, because the conclusion of your argument is that the Trinity necessarily is false insofar as it doesn't obtain, right? I hope you don't admit, I hope you're not going to be as stupid as to say that something that's false can obtain, you dumbass. Now, to be very clear, that's why you presuppose conceptual realism, so I want an argument in favor of the proposition that conceptual realism is true. And you just kind of tried to sideswipe everything I just said about the meta-apparatic positional anti-realism and the Ouroboros version. You didn't address any of those claims, and you still have that burden, which is just to respond, like, why can't someone uphold that type of thesis? And if you don't know what that thesis is, I'm going to give you a little bit of amps for the next 3 minutes. The view is called totalized meta-apparatic anti-positionality, or positional anti-realism, which is just absolute rejectionism in this sense, right? A position in this sense is going to be any stable thesis, identity, ontology, epistemology, doxastic state, value claim, or proposition. Now, if you're a realist about the positions there, you're probably going to say your scheme has things such as adequate distinction of identity relations, propositional continuity, and that concepts have determinate content. Someone who holds to anti-positionality is going to be skeptic on all three of those things. Right now, there's another layer to it, which is that it's interrogative towards the propositions that make things such as difference, identity relations, coherence, truth, and falsity intelligible on this type of epistemic level. Now, to be very clear, you haven't responded to the Ouroboros version of this thesis here. You haven't responded to your burden, which is to motivate conceptual realism. You asked me for an argument that you presuppose conceptual realism, which I just gave you. You asked why it's the case that you have this type of inferential transmissibility, in which case I just gave you an account as to why you have that. So if we just reflect back on the points right now, Apollo, you're getting blown the fuck out in this dialectic. You have nothing of substance to offer. You have offered up no substantial attack relations. You have fulfilled a whopping 0 fucking burdens, and you're dog shit. So go ahead and respond to the burdens that you have on the table that you need to fulfill. No, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Go ahead and respond.
My turn, moron, yeah. Pipe down, monkey. So this is my turn.
Bitch.
And you're gonna have to, basically, you're using my rhetoric because he doesn't have any rhetoric in his own, my son.
Bitch, you're getting blown the fuck out. Now get to the substance. Get to the substance. Get to the substance. You see how he's doing this to pivot?
Look at him crash it out. He's so angry.
He doesn't have any substance.
Waiting for you to stop talking, little bro. Pipe down. And
are you gonna fulfill your burden?
For the host to give me the showtime.
Are you gonna fulfill your burden?
I'll fulfill the burden when it's my turn to speak.
You fucking black Jamaican bitch.
So I'm still waiting for the monkey.
You black Jamaican bitch. You look like a burnt M&M. You look like a burnt fucking Skittles. You look like a burnt piece of Skittles. You look like a burnt fucking chicken nugget. Your head is round as fuck and your hair is nappy as shit.
For a second. Is he gonna stop crashing out? I'm gonna wait for the host to give me showtime.
Gonna fulfill your burden?
Are you gonna stop talking?
This is embarrassing. You fucking suck.
For you, if it's embarrassing, yeah, you're dog shit. I agree.
Actually, when you get your time back, what I want you to do is recapitulate the burdens on the table.
Talking, by the way.
And when you recapitulate the burdens on the table, what I want you to do is adequately respond and explain why your response is a proper attack relation and explain why it fulfills the burden. Right? This is embarrassing for you. Right? You're getting blown out right now. This is terrible.
He's repeating my line, by the way.
You have nothing of substance. You have nothing of substance to say. Right? I knew that you didn't want to fucking debate me when I came on the panel and your entire demeanor fucking changed because you knew you were gonna get blown the fuck out. You're getting dominated. I have you by your neck. I lifted you up by your neck and I just chokeslammed you. And there's nothing you can do about it, Apollo. There's absolutely nothing you can fucking do about it. Right? This is embarrassing. And I pray to God that I get this live recording so that I can post this so you can finally shut the fuck up.
Okay, hold on.
Fucking spanked. I have you bent over on my knee and I'm slapping the shit out of your ass. You're getting spanked right now, Apollo. This is embarrassing for you.
Bro, that had to be gay. Alright, hold on.
Give him his time. I expect him to fulfill his burdens and respond to the arguments levied.
Okay.
You're gonna have to give me 3 more minutes on top of that because while he was talking to respond to my argument, my time was going down. He got even more time. So 3 more minutes from top of my time. Host, I'm waiting.
Okay, wait. You want?
Actually, get 3 more minutes. Yes. When he was talking to respond to my argument, or rather, when I was responding to his argument, my time was going down towards his response to my argument.
Okay.
You didn't give him showtime to begin with, so my time was going down instead. So give me 3 more minutes.
All right. Hold on. We give you 3 more minutes?
Yep.
I have to end the showtime to do that. Hold on.
Sure.
Apollo, what's your
look at
theory
Cap
of
putting Apollo on his fucking head.
What's your theory of E-sex? What's your theory of E-sex? What's your theory of
What's your
Clark?
theory of
What's your theory of E-sex?
Theory of horse fetish, Apollo. Why do you
What's
have a
your
horse
theory
fetish?
of What's your theory of poop fetish? What's your theory of all that?
Why do you want boys to shit on your
theory of
chest?
E-sex.
Why do you want
Theory-
boys to shit on your chest? Who just gave me an hour? You need to get to.
Yeah, anyway, so just to basically just a couple of things. So Cap loves to do the thing where he says, oh, you're getting blown the F out or whatever. This is clear man-child, immature rhetoric. No one is going to ever be convinced by this in the professional setting, by the way, especially when it gets posted on YouTube, by the way. Which I'm going to just clip farm off you because my channel gets far more views than your channel. So just...
Why did he just shrink himself? What the
What's your theory of E-sex, Apollo?
Shut up.
Bro. Yo. What happened, bro? Like, that's why I need mine, bro. This nigga Material can't control his own mind.
Yo, BK.
Like,
BK,
can we talk about how Material
wait,
can't control his own mind?
BK, I swear, if you dropped Apollo, you're getting your mod took. I swear.
Why is this
As expected, he didn't respond with substance. He wanted to do this weird meta commentary. Hold on, wait. Everybody hold it down. Everybody hold it down. In that response right there, he wanted to do this weird meta commentary where he reflects back on the conversation instead of actually proceeding with the conversation. Right?
Yo,
Notice
Cap,
how nothing
wait,
you just said provided anything of substance, Apollo?
Cap,
You understand
Cap,
that? It didn't meet a
Cap.
burden. It didn't provide any attack relation. It didn't
Cap.
respond to shit that was being said.
Yo, Cap, bully this nigga. Use the argument where you say he
Wait, real quick,
presupposes that he can have
Am I
these
going to get
statements.
showtime or no?
Bro, wait, Material.
Okay, I'll give you showtime,
Wait. Don't get rid of BK's mom.
Alright, I won't get rid of BK's mod, but if he kicks someone, he's gonna like. Hold on.
You need to let him speak because I feel bad because I'm blowing him the fuck out. I feel bad for him. You need to give him some time to defend himself and fight back, right? Because this is embarrassing. Give him some time. Put him on a stage.
Nigga, stop.
Stop what?
Not you, Acclaim.
Yeah, you guys are terrible at the moderation. Material got to control your mods, man. So I'm going to continue the point I was making. So Cap wants to rhetorically max in this conversation by saying a couple of things, like he's blowing someone back out in the conversation, which is very gay, by the way. But let's just talk about a couple of things, right? So hey, let's just give you a little onsight on Cap's backstory because Cap wants to basically go into the meta before I debunk all of the trash questions he's asking. So Cap, on one hand, once upon a time, asked Apollo for lessons after conceding to him in his first Theism debate, then conceded to him again in his second Theism debate in 8 minutes. Both debates on my YouTube channel has over 1,000 views, by the way. This is a known fact, by the way. Cap is literally my biological son. If there's any person who is best fit to be classified as the father of this little disposable trash specimen, it would be me. Which is why he asked me for lessons multiple times in the past. And I have the screenshots for this, by the way. This guy's genuine garbage. He talks about the idea of, like, you know, usually rhetoric max by talking about part fetish. Dude, your own girlfriend is in my DMs calling you a black, ugly, fat loser. And she showed me your face. You're a black guy with no knuckles, with glasses on, and you're disgusting, and you're trash, and you're ugly as shit. My nigga, don't talk about that stuff. Your own girl clowns you. There's screenshots of her girls.
Wait, why are you lying though, Apollo? I never asked you for lessons. Not only did I never ask you for lessons, you offered to give me lessons if I recorded your debates. In which case I didn't fucking do it. So why are you lying, Apollo? You just lied. Why are you lying?
He's scratched it out.
Oh, why are you lying though?
Oh no, he's scratched it out.
Say on God I ever asked you for any lessons at all. Why are you lying? You offered me lessons in a private call.
On God you did.
On my life, everything I love. On God, you offered me lessons in a private call.
Oh no, he's scratched it out. Oh no, he's scratched it out.
That I was to record his videos for him.
Is the host gonna mute him or no? Is the host gonna mute him or no?
Why are you lying?
What's wrong with you, bro? You're just clearly mentally challenged and you're panicking.
You're lying.
You're having a meltdown.
Notice how you failed.
Meltdown.
Notice how you're not saying
You're
anything of
having a
substance in
meltdown.
regards to the actual debate.
I'm going to respond to your meta rhetoric with meta rhetoric, then respond to the substance. That's what I'm going to do. Right? Don't cry about rhetoric when you try these rhetoric first. Now, anyways, to continue the little backstory of this black peasant named Cap, right? Not only does his girlfriend mocks him for looking ugly, shit, there's screenshots of this as well. There's a document about this, and also his girlfriend is a known extorter, by the way.
What's your theory of
Why is he lying? He's still lying, by the way. This is embarrassing. Are you going to respond with substance to the actual debate? You're doing these tactics to not debate me. You're doing these tactics to not debate me. Notice how I gave you substance in the dialectic, and you are dodging the substance in the dialectic. You are being a sophist.
You're angry about your own tactics.
With substance,
You're
bitch ass
angry
nigga.
about your
Or
own
we can just
tactics.
conclude. If
You're
we conclude
mad,
right
bro.
now, you lose the debate.
You're
By the way, do
mad,
you want to
bro.
conclude?
You're angry. You're
Do you wanna
upset,
conclude?
bro. You're upset, bro.
Unless you're saying shit of
You made
substance,
a
we can
claim.
conclude. Do you want to
made a
conclude?
I'm going to
Do you wanna
respond to
conclude?
all of your meta rhetoric. You're crying
If we-
about it,
if-
bro. You're mad about your own stuff. So anyways, mute him. It's my turn to speak. I don't know why you guys keep on allowing him to speak when I'm talking.
Gonna motivate conceptual realism?
Are you gonna stop talking?
Are you gonna motivate
Are you gonna keep on
the
getting
denial
cucked
of
by
the
your girlfriend,
totalized
Angel?
meta-apparatic
Are you gonna keep on getting
anti-positionality?
cucked by your
No
girlfriend,
one's
Angel?
getting cucked, by the way. Like, you're
No, I
just
got
saying
cucked,
shit.
right?
This
There's
is
screenshots of
embarrassing.
you
You're
getting
getting blown the
cucked.
fuck
Oh, really?
out. And you just lied on my
guys.
name.
Yo, guys.
You lied
Guys,
saying
you guys want
you lied
me-
on my name,
I
saying
can
that I
post
asked
it
you
in
for
my
lessons when you
I
offered
can
to give me
post it in
lessons
my
and
steps.
I didn't accept it.
Crash it out. He's
Bro, this is
angry.
embarrassing
Oh, no.
for you. This
Oh,
is
no,
actually
he's
embarrassing.
angry. You're angry, bro. He got kicked down for being a monkey.
Sir, you are, yeah, bro. Sir got mod and he's already getting this stolen.
Material.
That's what I'm
When he's
saying,
crashing
bro.
out, you gotta
Bro,
kick him down.
theory
It's
of
my turn to
E-sex.
speak.
What's your theory of
Right,
E-sex?
so he cannot allow
Bro, that
Cap to
shit was
interrupt my
crazy.
points. He can't
Apollo
allow
just
Cap to
got
interrupt my
fucking
points
beat
when I'm
on.
talking.
Apollo,
Yeah,
you just
says
got
the guy who
fucking
got
beat
dog
on,
dogs in the
nigga. You just got
conversation.
fucking beat on.
I don't know who you are, but you can get the dog.
You got beat on. Anyway, I think that entire
Y'all
debate
just
was
taking me off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm finna start taking mods. Real talk.
chill. I didn't do anything.
I know you
think
did.
I didn't. That entire
Bro,
What's your
anyway,
theory of
bro,
E-sex?
this nigga Apollo got
What's your theory of
fucking
E-sex?
beat on.
Host, what is wrong
That
with
shit
you?
was crazy. You're a
What's
bitch.
your theory of
Host.
being a
You're a
pedophile?
bitch, Apollo. Nigga, you just
What
got
is
beat.
wrong with you?
What's your theory of liking kids?
You
What's
just
your
got
theory of
beat
liking
on
kids?
by Cap.
You're mad.
He
You're
hasn't
mad
met a
at
single
anger.
burden. By the way, like, he hasn't met a single burden.
You
This
haven't
is
addressed a
embarrassing.
single point of the conversation.
guys. I
You
think we
said
should
that
restart.
Wait,
Sorry,
you're the
I'm
one
sorry,
not
that's
addressing
the
points
argument.
relevant towards the substance of the dialectic.
You made a claim.
Right? You
and you're
didn't
running away
motivate
from it.
conceptual realism. You didn't motivate the denial of the meta-apparatic
So you
thesis.
concede to
You didn't
polytheism?
motivate the denial
you
of the
concede to
oracle
polytheism?
version. You didn't
So you
motivate.
concede to
You didn't.
polytheism?
No, I'm not conceding to polytheism. Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Address the argument. Go ahead.
I
What
did
comes
address the
false?
argument. It has
Yeah, but
underlying
you're back.
conceptual
But you're
presuppositions for which
false.
I'm not willing to sign off on, which is just the denial of the affirmation of conceptual realism.
Bro, why
the
did you-
denial
why
of the
did you
totalized
not
meta-apparatic
material?
You don't believe in
anti-positionality stance.
propositionality?
Not only that, I didn't say I
There's
don't
no-
believe in propositionality. Are you stupid?
You reject that
Are you
position, you moron. Are you stupid?
Are you stupid?
Bro, why are they?
Are you dumb? You think me asking you to motivate
Take
your
your time, little
presupposition
bro. Take your
implies?
time, little bro.
Wait. You think me asking you to
Why would
motivate
you
your
ask for
presupposition implies that I
justification
deny
for a
it?
position you believe in?
Material. What did I do?
This is standard debate. If we actually, I have your own. I have your own judgment. I have your own judgment metric by which you have the burden of proof on there. Right? You have to
Dude,
prove your claims, regardless of if
asking
it's the
me
case
For an
that I
argument
accept them
against
or
your
not.
position. You're asking for an argument against your position. Are you moron?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I
Yes,
never
you
made the
are,
claim that I
because
hold to
you're a
these theses.
Trinitarian. You're a Trinitarian. You're
I
a
never made the
Catholic.
claim that I hold to these theses.
You're a Trinitarian. You're a Catholic.
Yeah, I'm a Catholic, but specifically
Yes,
we're
you're
talking about
Trinitarian. That's your
the anti-positionality and the conceptual realism points.
Then that
I'm
means you
asking
could
you
not
to motivate the
adopt
denial of
Trinitarianism.
those theses. Are you stupid?
You couldn't adopt Trinitarianism if you reject that position. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you could. What are you saying?
No, you couldn't. Because
You
all
don't think I could
Trinitarians-
uphold a positive dogmatic state on both propositions?
Do you
Yes or
understand
no?
that every
Is it
single
logically possible?
Trinitarian
Wait, is it logically
is running?
possible? Apollo, is it logically
not
possible?
going to be the case.
Is it
And
logically
rejecting
possible?
that position is logically possible with your position. It's not logically
Wait.
compatible with Trinitarianism.
So,
No, it
so
isn't.
it's logically impossible for me to uphold a
It's
positive
logically
dogmatic state
impossible?
towards two contradictory positions?
It's
Is that what you're telling me?
logically impossible for a
Okay, what's the
Trinitarian
PNLP?
to reject propositionality.
What's the PNLP?
The PNLP
Bro,
is
guys, can we just stop this,
Trinitarianism.
bro? Cap
The
obviously won,
PNLP
bro.
is Trinitarianism entails the position that it is
Guys, we
true
don't have
that
to do
there
this.
are
Cap
three
obviously
persons,
won.
which is one God, while you're rejecting that position because you reject.
That's not a proposition, it is negation!
Yes, it is. Of course, it
Bro,
is.
Oh my
Are you
god,
including,
you're
bro?
embarrassing
Are you
Apollo.
That's
I'm gonna
what
teach
the
you how to
logic
do a
is
proposition in its negation. You wanna
That
say it
would
is
be
the
a
case that
contradiction
P,
to a
and
proposition.
it's not the case that P. And P there is gonna represent the same variable,
Apollo,
you
why
dumbass.
do you like
So I
your
want the
cloud?
proposition in its direct negation in that format. Go ahead, Apollo. No, we don't need to do Showtime. We don't need to do Showtime. No, we don't need to do Showtime. I want the
No,
proposition
bro,
in its
I'm only
direct
doing
negation.
Showtime because
And
it
to be
keeps on
clear,
bursting
the hypothetical that we're supposed to be showing the derivation relation from is that we have a positive Dawkowski state towards two contradictory positions, right? Now, what's the proposition in its direct negation? Because what you just gave me wasn't a proposition in its direct negation, Apollo. And I think you know that. That's why you just kind of got embarrassed a little bit. So what I want you to do is actually give the P and not P. Can we give him some time to talk? I don't want to overkill him. I don't want to do him too badly, Cause I have a heart, man. I'm actually a kind person, man. I'm not gonna destroy him that badly, man. I want him to actually respond. I want to give him time to speak. Let's be charitable. Let's be charitable to the dumb fuck Jamaican, burnt chicken nugget head debater Apollo.
Embarrassing. So this guy Trinitarian, right, claims to be, right, he's a Trinitarian, but he does not affirm Trinitarianism to be true. That's going to be an obvious contradiction. And by the way, to be clear, you'll be considered to be an apostate given your own religion, right? Every Trinitarian, and it's entailed from Trinitarianism that it would be the case that you affirm that position to be true. If you don't affirm the position to be true, which by the way would be entailed from you rejecting propositionality, that would be incompatible with Trinitarianism doctrine by definition, which is the position that it is true to affirm that there are three persons who all participate in the one same divine essence. You dumb fuck, you moron, you absolute loser scumbag who got cucked by his girlfriend and got cheated on by his girlfriend with me in my DMs, you loser scumbag loser. Anyways, back to what I was saying, right? I had to emphasize the word loser multiple times because of how much of a loser you actually are. Kind of crazy. So anyways, to be clear on that, not only are you fat, and you're black, and you're overweight, and you have no knuckles, and you wear glasses, and you can't track conversations, and you have zero intelligence to even understand basic points in the conversation, or but any point in the conversation. But you just contradicted your own position. You claim, right, to be a Trinitarian, right? You claim to be a Trinitarian, i.e., you believe that there are three persons participating in the one same divine essence, but you don't believe it to be the case that this is going to be a true proposition in virtue of rejecting propositionality. Do you even listen to what you're saying on the clip, little bro? So anyways, I'm arguing against your position, and so you have to accept propositionality. If you don't accept propositionality, then it could not be the case you're a Trinitarian. That's logically incompatible with being a Trinitarian. And you're not going to want to say this because you don't want to get exposed for being a LARP on your YouTube channel. So you're going to have to agree that yes, it is the case that you are a Trinitarian. Yes, it is the case you affirm this position to be true. Yes, it is the case that you affirm that there are three distinct persons who participate in the one same divine essence. And if you affirm all of those three props to be true, then you affirm propositionality to be the case. And if you affirm that to be the case, then there's no reason whatsoever for me to even get any evidence, as to why that's the case, that propositionality is something which exists, because you already conceded that problem. You already agreed that it exists. So if you agree that it exists, there's no reason for it to ask me for justification, because you concede to it. You agree on it. It's entailed for imposition. Now, because of that, are we going to address the arguments or no?
That's all you got to say, bro?
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God, praise Jesus. To be very clear, what this guy didn't do was give me the proposition in its direct negation and show the entailment relation, which is what I just asked him for. He didn't give that. Now, to be very clear, right, there is no contradiction in the sense that it's logically impossible for a person to have the mental state of upholding two contradictory propositions, right? Obviously, when I asked you if there was a contradiction between a person holding a positive diastatic state towards two mutually exclusive propositions, I wasn't talking about the content of the beliefs, right? Because obviously, the propositions are logical contradictories. Obviously, a person who accepts both is going to have inconsistent beliefs, right? What I asked you about was if it's the case that there's a contradiction in the mental states, having a positive diastatic state insofar as you affirm the proposition. Right? For example, you can look at dialetheism. If you look at dialetheists necessarily are going to have a positive diastatic state towards two mutually exclusive propositions. But that's not to say that it's impossible, Apollo, because they have that mental state in the real world. Right? I can be a dialetheist about the type of talk there. And obviously then it's not going to be the case that it's logically impossible for me to have this type of diastatic state. When I asked you about the claim, you committed yourself to there being a contradiction in a person holding the mental state of two mutually exclusive propositions, insofar as they have positive diastatic states towards both, right? And what I want you to do is show me the contradiction which is entailed from that claim, right? And obviously, we can just easily express this, right? You can have the combination of the person believes P and the person believes not P. That's not a logical contradiction by itself. It's perfectly satisfiable in at least one model, right? The proposition doesn't output as false when you do a conjunctive truth table, which is just to say that it's trivially possible, which is just to say that you're fucking wrong on the fact that two people you cannot have the belief in two mutually exclusive propositions, right? Now, I want to notice for the audience that he has yet to fulfill his burdens, right? I'm not even going to repeat the burdens that he has, because when he watches this back, he's going to understand that he didn't fucking meet his burdens at all. This is fucking embarrassing for you, Apollo. You're not talking about shit of substance. You try to do this thing where you look rhetorical, but you don't fucking look rhetorical, right? You're getting blown the fuck out in this dialectic. You're getting absolutely dialectically dominated. I'm giving you this dialectical dick, my nigga. So what I want you to do is actually respond, right? I want you to respond to the points I just made. Shut the fuck up, material. Now, since I'm a nice person, you know, we're going to give him time to respond. Gay? I know he's not talking about gay. You had e-sex with I don't even know the age of the person, but it was a femboy. You had e-sex with a femboy, Apollo. Why are you talking about people being gay? The femboy was in your DM saying they were going to take a shit on your chest. What are you talking about? You don't get to call people gay as if it's some type of Muslim community know that you were having e-sex with transgenders and femboys? Probably not, right? Because they would disown you. And actually, I don't think they would disown you, because you were debating a Muslim on if e-sex is haram. And you took the affirmative that e-sex is not going to be the type of thing which is haram. And I know that because I recorded that debate for you. And then after that, you were in my DM saying that you were going to give me lessons if I continued to record your debates. Right? So you don't get to talk shit about people saying gay shit when you do gay shit. Right? Now, we're going to give him time to respond.
Okay. BK, turn off your fucking camera, nigga.
Yeah, so just to be clear on a couple of things. So this is coming from the same guy. This guy is notorious for being a pathological liar, because he not only lied alongside Kylo on Constantine's stream, for example, where he's claiming that I faked screenshots on his homeboy for being a PDF, right? Very real screen recording, just to be clear on this, right? But also, he's currently lying about a couple of things. Let's start off with the whole the femboy allegation, which got debunked a long time ago. Like years ago, by the way. Not to mention that it got debunked multiple different times. If you even look at the screenshots, you can tell it is clearly fake, because it's too blurry for it to be taken on the PC to begin with. Secondly, as it pertains to what we're talking about here, this guy want to talk about someone being exposed for XYZ. Brother, you're known to be a LARP. You got caught on clip and recording recently in PNR server, debating and defending atheism and admitting to not being a Catholic on clip. Not only is it that the case, but also alongside that, you are genuinely embarrassing for the main reason being that you begged to be back with Angel, a girl who literally mocked you in my DMs in BC, by the way. Said that you're one of the ugliest creatures you've ever met in real life, or rather online, by the way. She sent me a picture and it was atrocious. It was an abominable look, by the way. Not only is that the case, but you begged to be back there after she caught you with multiple different guys. She caught you with me. She caught you with Lucari. She caught you with multiple different people. And you're still back with her. Mind you, there was a document which you made, which is accessible, by the way, of this guy specifically agreeing on the multiple things, that she's an extorter and that she cucked him and that she basically played him. Bro, you're just a freaking bum. You're a loser. You got manipulated. You're a known victim of a girl at discord.com. You're a genuine clown, bro. Now, moving on to the actual points of this conversation, right? Not only is it the case of not even address the contradiction, but you failed to even track what the contradiction even is, right? I told you specifically, right, that the contradiction, right, is going to be that you believe, here's a position that you have, right? So your position is Trinitarianism. Originally you asked for an argument against your position, which is Trinitarianism. Cool, understood. Right now, if you're going to reject propositionality and you're asking for the contradiction in rejecting propositionality, i.e. not believing in propositionality while upholding Trinitarianism, it's pretty obvious, right? So Trinitarianism entails propositionality, right? Which is defamation propositionality, while you're rejecting that same thing. You're a Trinitarian, so that would be a clear, logical, I'm still talking. There'll be a clear, logical contradiction. No one interrupted him when he was talking, so I'm going to keep on talking. So with that being said, right, he's a Trinitarian, unless you want to admit on the recording that he's a LARP, which is going to be a bad look on his YouTube channel. It's going to be a bad look on YouTube, and they're going to lose a bunch of people, a bunch of Christians who unironically believes as a Christian. So this guy's a Trinitarian, and all Trinitarians affirm that it is true that there's three divine persons, which participates in the one divine essence, so he cannot reject propositionality, because rejecting propositionality entails having to reject your own position, which requires propositionality. You absolute monkey feces debater. You're trash. And the worst part about this is not only the very fact that you're trash, but this part of it, trash rhetoric, trash argumentation, trash substance, trash tracking skills, as well as trash critical thinking skills and reasoning skills, and the ability to socially distinguish between main points, relevant points, and points which are irrelevant. You are also confident despite the lack of intelligence, right? So
I don't know why you just did it, but that's embarrassing. I don't know why you just lied on Kylo for the second time. We did a whole live stream where we exposed you for lying about the Kylo situation. No one's running away. I'm addressing the points that you made, Apollo. I'm addressing the points that you made. Now, you made the claim that it is the case that Kylo was being a PDF in DMs and that it's a real video. That's demonstrably false. We've already did it. I'm actually going to re-put that video back up on my YouTube channel of that entire live stream where you got fucking exposed, where the whole excuse was, maybe...
You got ratioed in the comments to get muted. And it was my turn. I'm not sure why it was not muted. The video is on Phil Library's channel, but for your information, guys, and another channel. And if you check the comment section, it's a bunch of people ratioing Kylo and clowning Kylo. Bro, literally, this guy Capp made a song for his girlfriend, for his Discord girlfriend. There's a song. I think it's on whatever it is. He made a song for his girlfriend. I have the song downloaded as well. There's a song from this guy. He made a song for Discord girl. This guy is a genuine loser, and all of the recordings uploaded in my server. And not to mention, there's a video of Capp basically made a video of how to debunk some arguments, where he's attempting to teach people on his trash YouTube debate channel, which doesn't even have 500 subs, by the way. And the most liked comment from my boy Marcelino says, "Go back to making songs about your girlfriend." And that's 40 likes to this very day, by the way. I have the screenshot of this. You're a clown. No one takes you seriously. You got clowned on your own comment section. Everyone was clowning you for making songs for your girlfriend. You think we forgot about that, Capp? We didn't forget about that shit. You're trash and you're a moron. Every single time this guy changes his Discord settings on discord.com to accommodate for his girlfriend.
Honest, bro. Big screamy.
You're done for, dude. You're done for, dude. You're done for. I'm still talking, bro.
I get big screen real quick. Can I get big
Follow you a bitch.
If you go to discord.gg/KG Lounge and you look in the file right here, this contains new information on the stupid guy named Apollo. You will clearly see that you can see all of the allegation. No, big scream me again. Big scream me again. No, big scream me again.
Wait,
Go to discord.gg/KG Revenge and download this file and read the information in this file, man. And you will see how disgusting this individual is.
Wait,
which is
Secret,
why I didn't want him on the panel.
Secret,
To be very clear, right? I want to make this very clear. If we conclude right now, he loses the debate. Right, there are several burdens on the table in regards to the actual substance that he didn't fulfill. Not only is there several burdens in regards to the actual substance that he didn't fulfill, he's losing on the rhetoric. This is embarrassing. You're fucking losing on the rhetoric. Oh, you think calling out a stutter makes you look appealing, bitch? You're calling out the stutter. Good fucking boy. Now, to be very clear, you have no response to any type of theory of argumentation. You have no response to the type of attack relations.
Give your conclusions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll conclude then. You know what? Yeah, fine.
Yo, Secret, do y'all claim Apollo? Do y'all claim Apollo in the
I don't know why you guys would claim this guy. I don't know why you guys would claim this
Anyone listen,
His response to when we disproved the Kylo allegations was, maybe it glitched. That was his response. He said it's logically possible for the screenshots to glitch when he tried to fake allegations on Kylo. Right, this is absolutely fucking embarrassing. My YouTube channel is going to have that video of him getting exposed on that live. Not only did you get exposed on that live, 70 people voted, and about 80% of people in that live said that you're not to be platformed. I actually have that poll screenshotted. Do you want to see it, Apollo? Right, this is fucking embarrassing for you, right? You're getting absolutely blown the fuck out and dominated. I don't know. You know what? Someone in the chat is right. How are you at S tier? Right, this is embarrassing. You're losing to me. I wouldn't even put myself as an S tier debater, and you're already losing to me. This is embarrassing, bro. Now, to be very clear, I'm going to repost the video of that live where he got absolutely fucking mogged on polls and exposed for being a false alligator. Not only am I going to post that up where all the audience voted that he should not be platformed, I'm also going to put the link to this file right here in the description of that video where there's new information in here on this guy Apollo. And if you go to discord.gg/KGRevenge, you're going to see the file and you get to look at it early before I put the link in this new video that's dropping. Now, On to the actual substance of the dialectic. He didn't motivate the denial of conceptual realism or anti-realism. He didn't motivate the denial of the type of totalized meta-apparatic anti-positionality point, right? Not only that, he didn't motivate the denial of the Ouroboros version. He failed to track the logical contradiction point, right? Obviously, there's no logical contradiction in a person being inconsistent with their beliefs, or there's no proposition in its direct negation that can be entailed from upholding two positive Dawkowski states towards two new fucking mutually exclusive propositions, to be very clear, right? You can be a dialetheist and believe in dialetheism, and there's no contradiction there. Not only that, but he tried to do this thing where he pivoted to the rhetoric and he failed to address the actual points in the conversation. So yeah, man, I mean, I think we can conclude.
Yo,
He just got
Scribble, you're a
spanked.
chud.